Imagine waking up to a day when instead of water, it's raining translucent gelatinous blobs from the sky. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, right? Welcome to the realm of the real yet bizarre, where truth is stranger than fiction. Picture the serene town of Oakville, Washington on a seemingly ordinary day in the summer of 1994. Now, for a moment, let's replace the usual downpour of rain with an unusual shower of jelly-like blobs. Yes, you heard it right, blobs. Clear, gooey, almost invisible to the naked eye, falling from the sky. The initial reaction of the townsfolk was, as you might expect, one of disbelief. Imagine stepping out of your house, umbrella in hand, expecting a typical rain shower, only to be greeted by a deluge of mysterious blobs. It's enough to make anyone question their sanity. But as the blobs kept falling, disbelief quickly turned to alarm. The townsfolk huddled inside their homes, peering out of their windows, watching the blobs rain down on their town with a growing sense of unease. Fear began to creep in as the day wore on. The blobs showed no sign of stopping. They coated everything, from the roofs of houses to the leaves on trees, in a sticky, transparent film. The sight was eerie, otherworldly, like something straight out of a horror movie. But as the sun set and the blobs continued to fall, the townsfolk realized that this was not a movie. This was their reality. The fear that had been lurking in the back of their minds began to take hold. What were these blobs? Where were they coming from? And most importantly, were they dangerous? As the night fell, the town of Oakville was shrouded in mystery. The people huddled in their homes, waiting for the morning, hoping for answers. But the morning would bring more questions than answers. But this was no movie, no fiction. This was reality in Oakville, Washington on August 7, 1994. Just when the townsfolk thought things couldn't get weirder, they did. In the wake of the unusual rain, a sense of unease settled over the town of Oakville. The peculiar precipitation left more than just a mess in its wake. It brought with it an aftermath that was as baffling as it was alarming. Imagine waking up to find your town covered in translucent blobs. The confusion is palpable, the fear tangible. But then, residents started to fall ill. A feeling of fatigue, dizziness, and nausea spread through the town like wildfire. The symptoms were as unexpected as they were inexplicable. The townsfolk, once lively and vibrant, were now weak and lethargic, their vitality sapped by an unknown cause. The sickness wasn't confined to humans either. Pets, the loyal companions of many in Oakville, were not spared from the effects of the blob rain. Dogs and cats alike began to succumb to the same mysterious illness, their once playful demeanors replaced with lethargy and illness. Some even lost their lives, adding to the growing fear and dread that had taken hold of the town. It wasn't just the physical symptoms that plagued Oakville, but the emotional and psychological toll as well. The uncertainty, the confusion, the sheer terror of not knowing what had caused the jelly-like rain and its subsequent effects were as debilitating as the physical ailments. The town was in turmoil, its residents living in a state of constant fear and apprehension. The aftermath of the blob rain was not just a period of illness and loss, but a time of questions and speculation. Who or what was responsible for the rain? Was it a natural phenomenon or something more sinister? And most importantly, why was it making people sick? The questions were numerous, the answers frustratingly elusive. In the face of such turmoil, the community of Oakville did what they could to support each other, to weather the storm, both literal and metaphorical. But the fear remained, as did the confusion. The town was in chaos, and the mystery of the blobs deepened. With the situation spiraling out of control, it was time for answers. The mysterious blobs that had rained down on Oakville had the entire town on edge. Scientists and investigators, both local and from distant corners of the state, were called in to make sense of the strange phenomenon. As the investigation kicked into high gear, initial efforts were focused on understanding the very nature of these blobs. What were they made of? Where could they have possibly come from? The local lab was buzzing with activity as samples were collected, analyzed, and scrutinized under microscopes. The findings were as astonishing as they were puzzling. The blobs were not just gelatinous blobs as they seemed. They were organic, a perplexing mix of elements that left even seasoned scientists scratching their heads. The blobs were not just blobs, they were alive. They were teeming with bacteria, a type of bacteria typically found in the human gut. But the question loomed large. How did these organic, bacteria-filled blobs find their way to the skies above Oakville? Was it an act of nature, a freak event that had no logical explanation? Or was there something more sinister at play here? The investigators were baffled. The scientists were stumped. This was unlike anything they had ever encountered before. They had no reference point, no precedent to guide their inquiry. The more they delved into the mystery, the more elusive the answers seemed. While the scientists continued their work, the town waited anxiously. The reign of blobs had disrupted their lives, filled them with fear and uncertainty. They needed answers, they needed reassurance, they needed the mystery to be solved. And so the investigation continued, each day bringing new revelations, each finding pushing the boundaries of what was known and understood. The blobs were alive, teeming with bacteria. But where did they come from? The answer to that question remained elusive, buried deep within the mystery of the day it rained jelly in Oakville. As the news spread, theories started pouring in from all corners. The Oakville Blob incident was a mystery that demanded attention, and the public, scientists, and even conspiracy theorists didn't disappoint. The first theory proposed by some was that this was the result of a military experiment gone wrong. They speculated that the blobs could be the fallout of a new biological weapon, an explanation that was chilling in its implications. But without concrete evidence, this remained just a theory. Then came the extraterrestrial enthusiasts who believed this was clear evidence of alien life. They argued that the gelatinous blobs were a form of alien life form, or perhaps even waste, discarded from a passing spacecraft. This theory, while intriguing, was met with skepticism by many. And of course, there were those who looked to the skies, but not for extraterrestrial life. Weather experts and meteorologists proposed that the blobs could have been a bizarre but natural weather phenomenon. They suggested that a rare type of precipitation could have caused water to combine with other substances in the atmosphere, resulting in the jelly-like blobs. But again, this was a theory that lacked definitive proof. The theories continued to come in thick and fast. Each one was analyzed, dissected, and debated. Some were dismissed outright, while others lingered, unable to be entirely disproven. There were those who suggested everything from industrial pollution to some strange form of fungal spores. Yet, as the investigations deepened, the blobs refused to give up their secrets. The more the experts probed, the more elusive the truth seemed to become. Each theory was more baffling than the last, but none could be conclusively proven. And so, the mystery of the Oakville Blobs remained just that, a mystery. A mystery that continues to provoke questions, inspire theories, and fuel debates to this day. Each theory was more baffling than the last, but none could be conclusively proven. Among all the theories, one stood out: the possibility of a secret military experiment. Indeed, the idea of military involvement in the Oakville Blob incident is as chilling as it is intriguing. For starters, the vicinity of Oakville to a military base was a red flag. Could this have been the testing site for some clandestine operation? An experiment gone awry, perhaps? Some residents reported seeing military aircraft in the area around the time of the incident. Unidentified, low-flying planes were spotted, raising eyebrows and suspicions. Could these aircraft have been dispersing the jelly-like substance intentionally or otherwise? Then there were the blobs themselves. Tests revealed they contained human white blood cells. This was a perplexing find, and one that held eerie implications. Could the military have been experimenting with some form of biological warfare? Or perhaps were they testing a new, sophisticated form of weather manipulation? As these questions loomed, investigations into the military theory were launched. The residents of Oakville, determined to uncover the truth, sought answers from the military base nearby. Their inquiries, however, were met with staunch denial. The military claimed no knowledge of the event nor involvement in it. They dismissed the theory as pure speculation. Despite their denial, the evidence was compelling. The proximity of the military base, the mysterious aircraft, the biological nature of the blobs, all these elements painted a picture that was hard to ignore. Yet, without a confession or concrete proof, the theory remained just that, a theory. Perhaps most unsettling of all was the sudden recovery of the town's residents. After falling ill in the aftermath of the jelly rain, their health improved abruptly and inexplicably. Was this another piece of the puzzle pointing towards military involvement? Or was it a mere coincidence? Despite the compelling evidence, the military denied all allegations. The mystery remained unsolved. The Oakville Blob incident remains a baffling enigma, a chilling tale of the unexplained. Was it the result of a secret military experiment, or was it something else entirely? The truth, it seems, is as elusive as the blobs themselves. Decades have passed, but the mystery of the Oakville Blob still haunts us. It's like a chilling ghost story that refuses to rest, forever lurking in the corners of our collective consciousness. This baffling phenomenon, this rain of jelly-like blobs, remains an enigma wrapped in a riddle, hidden within the folds of a conundrum. The questions continue to swirl like a tempest. What were these blobs? Where did they come from? And why did they fall on the quiet town of Oakville? Despite the passage of time, despite the relentless march of science and technology, these questions remain stubbornly unanswered, fueling speculation and fear in equal measure. The enduring mystery of the Oakville Blobs has left an indelible mark on the community. The event has become a part of Oakville's identity, a strange and eerie chapter in its history that residents recount with a mix of apprehension and awe. The story has been passed down through generations, the details growing more ominous with each retelling. The unsolved nature of the mystery has led to a proliferation of theories, each more eerie than the last. From military experiments gone awry to extraterrestrial interventions, the possibilities are as boundless as they are terrifying. Yet the truth remains elusive, suspended somewhere in the nebulous realm of the unknown. This enduring enigma has not only affected the residents of Oakville, it has also captivated the world at large, capturing the imagination of mystery enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. The Oakville Blob rain has become a symbol of the unexplained, a testament to the fact that there are still things out there that defy our understanding, that challenge our perception of reality. As the years roll on, the mystery of the Oakville Blobs continues to endure, continues to bewilder and frighten, continues to remind us of our own vulnerability in the face of the unknown. It's a chilling reminder that there are still mysteries out there, waiting to be unraveled, waiting to be understood. The Oakville Blob rain remains one of the most baffling and terrifying mysteries of our times. As we delve deeper, the theories take on a new life. Let's circle back to the theories we discussed earlier, fueled by the mystery of the Oakville Blob. Each one, you may remember, was as bizarre as the next. But as we peel back the layers of this enigma, these theories seem to take on new dimensions. The first theory, a military experiment gone wrong, remains a popular one. Recent declassified documents show numerous secret operations during the same period as the Oakville incident. However, the connection remains speculative. No specific documentation or evidence directly links these operations to the rain of jelly in Oakville. Then we had the theory of a paranormal event. An event of such peculiarity could surely be the work of the unknown, the unexplainable. The recent surge in interest in the paranormal has brought this theory back into the limelight. Still, while fascinating, it remains as unproven as ever. The biological explanation that the blobs were eggs of a rare aquatic creature also takes a new turn. Recent advancements in genetic testing have allowed for a more thorough analysis of the blobs. However, the results remain inconclusive. The blob's composition doesn't match any known species, but neither does it completely rule out a biological origin. A new theory has emerged over the years, suggesting the blobs were the result of a unique atmospheric event. Some claim it was a rare meteorological phenomenon where gelatinous particles suspended in the atmosphere fell to the ground. This theory, while intriguing, is still in its infancy and lacks substantial evidence. Each theory, in its own way, adds a piece to the puzzle, yet the full picture remains obscured. The Oakville Blob incident continues to captivate and confound, a testament to the enduring allure of the unexplained. The truth may be out there, but it remains as elusive as ever. So, what do we know about the Oakville Blob mystery? In the heart of Oakville, an odd rain fell from the sky, not of water, but of jelly-like blobs, setting the stage for an enduring enigma. The aftermath was puzzling, with wildlife fatalities and humans falling ill. Investigation was initiated, but no concrete explanation was found, leaving us with a myriad of theories. From the plausible to the far-fetched, we delved into the theories. Some proposed a natural cause, perhaps a rare meteorological anomaly. Others suggested military involvement, a top-secret experiment gone awry. We revisited these theories, weighing their merits and shortcomings, yet the mystery persists. Despite the years, the Oakville Blob mystery continues to provoke intrigue and speculation. It stands as an unsolved riddle, a bizarre event that defies conventional understanding. We may never know the truth behind the jelly rain, but one thing is certain. The Oakville Blob mystery remains a chilling reminder of the unknown and the inexplicable lurking in our world. If you enjoyed this video about the weird rain, then you have to check out this video next. It's about the dancing plague, a weird phenomenon that happened where an entire town danced to death.